We are headed into Walmart for the first time. We're gonna be just doing some shopping behind the grocery cart. We're also gonna be actually doing a little bit of shopping and going through the checkout, and you're gonna see it just like I am for the first time. Anytime that we're gonna go ahead and whether we're doing anything, getting a cart or whatever it is, it's always really important to make sure that you're not pulling on the dog as you're doing other things. You can never forget you have a dog on the end of the leash, so I'm not going to be dragging him one way while I grab the cart this way. So it's also really important, is just so you have an understanding, even though we're pushing a cart, I'm going to be walking him in the heel position. So no matter what I'm doing out here or getting items, he's just going to still follow me just like he would if there was no cart. So I just come right into the cart, just like that, and I start walking. So as we're walking, it's super important. What I do is I push the cart out in front of me just a little bit further than I normally would, so he has space. Now it's normal that they want to cast and actually go to the side, but I'm not going to let him do that. Even though he wants to kind of see what's going on in front of him, I'm just going to have him continue to walk right at my side as we are walking and navigating the store. It's really important that when you have a service dog in a store, that you are the most polite person in the store. You want to make sure that you stay out of people's way. Come on. No matter what you're doing with your dog, that you never interfere with the public while they're shopping or anything else. Come on. Don't let your dog be sniffing things. There we go. And he is doing beautiful, just following. It's the first time he's ever seen this. I want him to be a little bit smoother, a little bit more in the pocket, not kind of going back and forth a little bit, but he's doing really well. He's such a great dog. He wants to cast out to the side a little bit. I just correct him back because he needs to get in just like if we were walking without a cart in front of us. He has to just walk at my side nice and tight, just like that. Come on, come on, come on. Down. I down my dog to make sure he's not in the way. He's not sniffing any of the items. Down. Even though I am getting items, I make sure that my line stays loose and I'm not pulling on him. So I have an eye on one thing I'm doing, but I also keep an eye on my dog, especially since this is his first time out. I want to make sure that he learns the expectation, but also that I set him up for success. Down. Break. And then we just start walking, just like that. He's doing awesome. He's such a great dog. I love him so much. Come on. So I keep him at my side. I'm gonna go ahead and grab some coffee. Don't let him sniff stuff, but he just follows me as I grab the different stuff that I'm needing. Sit. Very nice. Just grab my stuff. But when you are shopping, it's super important to make sure that you're not, come on, accidentally pulling him around, steering him. You don't want that. Everything I do, I lead him into the positions that I want him to be in. Just like that. Here we go, buddy. You're doing awesome. If he goes to sniff somebody walking by, I am going to give a leash correction because I don't want him doing that. He doesn't need to be sniffing the people, even though that is a social behavior. But when you do have a service dog, you're asking them not to be using their nose, not to be engaging the public. So notice that I'm off to the side just a little bit so he can be more centered with the cart, especially on his first day of learning. Okay, so when it comes to a checkout, when you're dealing with a lot of people, the most important thing is that you secure your dog. So I can go ahead and I'm gonna put him, so he's not blocking traffic coming this way. Hey, nope, I'm gonna bring him right here and I can tell him sit. I'm gonna tuck his tail. So if somebody came up behind me, they cannot be stepping on his tail or touching him. I'm gonna secure my dog right here. I don't care about my cart. If my purse is on me, I'll put my purse on me if my purse is in the cart. But the most important thing through the checkout is to make sure your dog is not crowded, not stepped on, and that you also make sure that you're not in the way of the public as they're trying to shop and do what they do. So I'm gonna wait for her to finish, and then I'm gonna go up and I have an absolute protocol showing him what that expectation is gonna be as I navigate him through a small area and offload my cart and pay the cashier. Come on. I bring him right here. I wanna secure him. Down. What's really important, and then I can tuck his tail. Not that it matters that much because we're pretty safe here, but what's really important is that people don't rush up, especially children. You do not want children coming in wanting to pet your dog because there's like nowhere to go. So I always try to make sure there's plenty of space for everybody. And again, the most important thing is that we are not in the way of public while they're trying to shop, because you want to always be welcome with your service dog wherever you're going. Also, it's important to watch for any food or anything that could be dropped in this area. My dog is secure, my line is loose. I can offload right here. And I don't have to keep my foot there. I can move about down more freely, down. It's important not to kick your dog. Doing great. How you doing, ma'am? Good. Good. Okay, so now when I get him up, break, break. I'm gonna make a nice tight turn. Come on. I lead him right into the area that I want him to go, and then he follows me all the way up here. And then I can either have him sit, or I could down him. Down. The bottom line is I want my dog calm and I want him secure. There we go. The dog has to stay in a down position. He has to stay calm. Remove the card, thank you. So then I put that in, down. He broke command, he's not supposed to because he anticipated getting up. Now I'm gonna say break and I'm gonna walk. Break. And then we walk on out. Thank you very much, ma'am. So when I am walking, if you'll notice, I'm all the way to the right of the cart while it's pushed out a little bit. Because especially in the beginning, I want to center the dog up with it so he gets used to this barrier being in the way, because often they want to be watching on the outside. And so I don't want him there. I want him to be at my side, so I make sure that he has plenty of room as I navigate the store with him. So he learns this is what the picture is supposed to be. Okay, so we are right back where we started. So it's really important when we are putting the carts away, again, so often handlers, they're so busy doing what they're doing to prepare, shop, pay, that they forget about the dog on the end of the leash, and they will end up pulling the dog and yanking the dog. So if I'm gonna put the cart back, I make sure I have plenty of slack in my line, and I'm gonna go ahead and bring the cart around. Easy, buddy. And I'm gonna go ahead and do that and make sure that I never pull his line tight as I'm doing it, and I'll always put my cart back because that's what's courteous. And then we head on out the door to start another day. Come on. Till the next lesson, we just thank you so much for listening. We hope you gained some value. And again, your dog will never be what you want him to be until you're the leader they need you to be. And we just thank you for your time, and we'll see you next time.